honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Mr. Givens. Okay. Well, we do have a quorum, so we will call this meeting to order. And first up is citizens' comments. Do we have any?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Item 1, consider and take action on minutes from previously held meeting of Commissioners Court on October the 15th, 2019.
I was wondering, Judge, it is correct in the minutes. It's where it states no action taken to impose a burn ban for Henderson County, which is a correct statement. But should we also have, which allowed the burn ban to expire? So it's clear in the minutes that we had a burn ban for 30 days. If you go back and look when we imposed it, it was good for 30 days. But if you're doing research of when we lifted it,
Right.
It was actually lifted on this date. If we just had, which allowed the burn ban to expire.
Don't believe that's unreasonable.
Okay. Can you add that? Sure. Thank you, Mayor Margaret.
Any further comments? Entertain a motion on the amended minutes.
So moved to approve.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Giesling, second by Commissioner McCam to approve the minutes as amended. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 2, consider and take action to impose a burn ban for Henderson County. You about ready for us to take it off the agenda? Fire Marshal, please be.
Okay, so the Keach-Bauer index this morning is an average of 502. There's some areas that are 381. There is one little tiny area in precinct 1 that
I know
is
exactly.
623. Other than that, I mean, the county's in pretty good shape. We had 6 grass fires last week up to this morning. Nothing really that got out of control too bad. I think the range that we've had have gotten us into a pretty safe situation to allow people to burn.
Questions for the Fire Marshal?
The one that was in precinct 1 yesterday, did you ever get a acreage or?
I don't think it. I got kind of conflicting areas of it, and I didn't see it myself,
Okay.
so, but it never got too big.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner? No. Commissioner Giesling?
I think it's significant to note that it's an 81-point drop from Monday to Monday. It's on 10/14 versus yesterday, the average was 502. That's 81 points down from that number we had last week.
Right. It dropped 55 points yesterday alone.
Yeah.
What do you, just to kind of expand upon it a little bit, how would you rate the fuel load that we have?
Well, the fuel load that's already dead, it's going to remain that way. Right now, there is some green that's coming back. What I was worried about was the tree tops and things like that, not so much the grass and the fuel load down on the ground level. But those trees that were already brown have lost their leaves, and the ones that were green are staying green right now from what I can tell. I saw a few of them starting to change, but it's not something I'm concerned about anymore. More than I normally am when it comes to fuel loads. Just in the rural areas of the county, we have a high fuel load all of the time. They're more down in precinct 4 where there's a lot more agricultural land and stuff like that than we do in other areas, but I'm not concerned about it more than normal, I guess.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
I'm going to assume that there is no action that needs to be taken on this.
I would assume that as
Okay.
well.
Thank you, Fire Marshal.
And since there's rain predicted later part of this week, I don't really feel it's necessary to put it back on next week.
Item 3, consider and take action on the proposed 2020 holiday schedule for Henderson County. Gentlemen, we do have that in our backup, and this fits to what we traditionally have followed over the last many years. Ms. Iwaski was crucial in putting this together for us. So if you have any questions, ask her. Any questions?
Looks good to me.
I move we approve the 2020 holiday schedule.
And I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Thomas to approve the proposed 2020 holiday schedule for Henderson County. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 4, consider and take action to reappoint a member to the Neches and Trinity Valley Groundwater Conservation District for a 4-year term. Gentlemen and the audience, if you're not aware, we do have a groundwater conservation district that encompasses Henderson, Cherokee, help me, Anderson?
Rusk, I think,
Rusk.
and Anderson.
Right. And we have membership to the overseeing board, and they are offices located in Jacksonville. This has been in place for a little over 10 years. And the gentleman that has been our representative to represent agricultural industry and landowners and groundwater supply interests in our county is Mr. Don Foster. And his term is due to expire on the 31st of December. And he has agreed to continue on in that position, has expressed a real desire to be involved in it. And that's why we're here today, is that if we wish to reappoint him or to do something different.
I'm in favor of reappointing. He is pretty outspoken on the board. He represents us well.
I agree, Don does a great job, so I'd like to make a motion that we reappoint Don Foster as a member of the Neches Trinity Valley Groundwater Conservation District for a 4-year term.
I'll second this motion.
2-year term. Excuse me.
4.
No, it is 4-year term, that's right.
4-year term.
It's staggered for the 2.
So I'm right.
You know what you're talking about.
I'm right. Obviously.
We
I'll
have
still second it, whatever you decide down there.
a motion made by Commissioner Thomas, second by Commissioner Giesling. Any further comments? If not, all those in favor? Item passes. Item 5, receive financial reports. Thank you, Madam. The financial reports we have are on the donations to the Henderson County Animal Shelter, and these will be available for viewing after court in the county clerk's office. Item 6, consider and take action on payroll distributions and accounts cash sheets.
No payroll.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 7, consider and take action on submitted contracts.
I have no contract.
New contracts. Item 8, consider and take action on request for right-of-way permits. Looks like we have one.
I have this one.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes, court, I was approached by a landowner, land manager down off of County Road 1313. He's wanting to trim some trees or remove some trees on the right-of-way in his fence row. And they were in the power lines, which belongs to Encore. So we called Tom Trimble with Encore. He immediately responded by coming out and met with us, and he agrees they're in these trees are right in the power line. They need to be removed. It'll help the landowner. It'll also help Encore. It'll also help me because of the roads, the trees falling on the road. And we did this last week. We talked about getting a right-of-way permit to do this work again, so we won't get in each other's way. It'll be done together. They'll remove the trees, and the landowner's going to pick up all the debris. The Sunday storm caused that to get pushed up a little bit. We had a couple of trees that were in that same line that fell and knocked power out to 75 or so customers, maybe not.
About 65.
65. And
Mr. Trimble, if you would, come forward. And
so they came out actually yesterday and did very little, but they did enough to trim the tree so they could get the power back on. And all this request is for them to come in and do the rest of the trees down this stretch. And
To the landowner or the land manager. And once we do that, the key here is if he would have gotten in there, cut down any of these trees, it wouldn't have been a safe situation. So we're just making it safe for him to complete the project.
questions?
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Trimble.
Thank you.
If there's not any questions, not any more discussion, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the notice of proposed utility line activity on County Road 1313, located in Precinct 1, and for me, Commissioner Precinct 1, to sign.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Thomas, second by Commissioner Tooley, to approve the right-of-way permit for Encore Electricity for County Road 13, Encore Electric Delivery for County Road 1313, with the Commissioner's authorization to sign. All those in favor? Item passes.
Thank you, Court.
Item 9, consider and take action on submitted budget amendments. We have none. Item 10, consider and take action on payment of bills.
Yes, sir, the total bills this week is $253,968.91.
Commissioner Tooley, questions?
No, sir.
Commissioner Thomas?
I have no questions, Judge.
Commissioner
I
Geasley?
have no questions.
Commissioner Geasley?
I have no questions.
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
And I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Thomas, to approve the bills of $253,968.91. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 11, consider and take action on submitted plats.
We have one in precinct 2, and all of these are paid.
Commissioner Tooley.
Yes, Court. This is 2 lots going down to 1, and all they did within this, it's in the Pinnacle Club, all they're doing is going to 1, moving the lot line. And removing the easements from the original lot line. And all signatures are there, and the POA has approved.
Questions for Commissioner Tooley? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
I move that we accept the Pinnacle Club Plat Phase 2, Section A, Lot 169R, located in Precinct 2 for filing purposes only.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner McCam, to approve the replat of the Pinnacle Club, creating the final plat lot 169R. All those in favor? Item passes. Thank you. Item number 12, open and consider bids. Ms. Nicholson.
Yes, sir. We have 2 bids that will expire at the end of the year. The first one is the bulk fuel bid. We originally awarded this to 2 companies in 2016. So we're at the option of either extending or asking the vendors if they would like to extend with the current prices, or we can go out for rebid.
Questions?
This is the 3rd time, this would be the 4th time we've extended this bid, right?
Yes, sir. It'll be the 4th year, the 3rd extension.
This is the final.
Last one.
Yes.
This will be the final extension.
You're
Yep.
correct, I'm sorry, I apologize.
Any thoughts, gentlemen?
I'm okay either way on this one.
Well, it's tied to the rack price, correct?
Yes,
And so it's going to fluctuate as the market fluctuates.
exactly.
Okay. Commissioner Thomas,
good.
you had,
I've been pleased with just what we've been doing,
okay,
either way.
I'd be fine with extending the contract.
okay. So would you like a motion for us ratifying that?
Sure.
We have that motion to approve the extension on the bulk fuel.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Tooley, to approve the extension on the bulk fuel bid. All those in favor? Item passes. Yes, ma'am.
The other one is for the HDP pipe. We can as well either extend or go out for rebid. I have received a request to include a new vendor on this list. To be able to do that, we would have to go out for bid again. So we would like to include new vendor, then we need to rebid. If not, then we can extend.
Gentlemen?
I think we should go out for rebid to include the new vendor.
I sent you all an email. Okay.
I'm good with that, too.
I mean, bear in mind, Advanced Drainage Systems, ADS, is the manufacturer of the pipe that we're getting from various vendors. I believe 10 years ago, we were able to buy directly from them, and then due to some agreement between suppliers and the manufacturer, we couldn't do that any longer. Well, we can now go directly to them. For the benefit of the public, I mean, when we place an order through a company for a drainage pipe, HDPE, black drainage pipe, that order goes from the vendor that's on the bid list to ADS. ADS delivers it to our yard. I don't know if we will be able to get any better prices directly from the vendor, but we used to. So, there's also a new product that needs to be added to the bid, in my opinion, and that is the HP Storm. In the email I sent out to you, he pointed out that the new specifications on this particular pipe, which has also been approved by TxDOT, this gray pipe does not have the same problem as the black pipe, which over time is affected by ultraviolet rays from the sun, which causes it to crack, especially when it's exposed. I mean, if it's totally covered on each end, you don't have the problem, but if you're putting it in driveways or areas where some of it is exposed, it will crack over a 10-year period. It becomes brittle. This gray pipe does not have that, so I think we should add that to the bid list as well. There may be other suppliers out there. And then there's other vendors I think we should add on steel pipe as well. I believe I recommended Contach, which spins steel pipe to whatever size you need. And they custom made a pipe for me that was 80 feet long, 2 sections. That was a requirement by Lake Palestine. So I think we put them on before and they didn't bid, but I'd like to make sure we have it out with sufficient time that they can bid this time. Because they're a far better vendor on steel pipe, because the only one we have on there is basically a reseller, a local Van Zandt dealer, other than, Smith Lumber. And that is just standard corrugated pipe we can get from Smith Lumber.
Okay. We'll be sure that you have all that information.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, and I'll bring back the specs and the vendor list.
Okay. Any need for action?
No, sir.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Item 13, consider and take action to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Thomas to adjourn. All those in favor? Item passes. Thank you very much, folks. We are adjourned. Thank you for being here.